Prompt engineering for data interpretation without coding empowers anyone, even non-technical users, to analyze, summarize, and extract insights from complex information. With AI, you don't need to write code or use spreadsheets to understand data. You just need the right prompts to guide the AI's reasoning. Let's begin with what data interpretation means. It's the process of turning raw information into meaningful insights, like spotting patterns, trends, and relationships. Traditionally, this required tools like Excel, SQL, or Python. But with generative AI, you can simply describe what you want to know in plain language. The AI becomes your personal data analyst. For example, instead of manually calculating, you can say, summarize the key insights from this sales data. Revenue grew by 10% in Q1, 15% in Q2, and dropped by 5% in Q3. What trends can you identify and what actions should a manager take? The AI will interpret the data, identify patterns, and even suggest next steps. A strong technique for working with data is structured prompting. This means telling AI exactly how to analyze. For instance, compare these 3 metrics: sales, customer retention, and marketing spend, and explain how they relate to overall profitability. Structured prompts ensure the AI's output is organized and easy to understand. You can also use role-based prompts to make analysis more accurate. For example, act as a data analyst and summarize this table as if you were presenting to a business executive. Focus on the most actionable insights. The AI will tailor its language and reasoning to match that professional perspective. Another helpful approach is pattern recognition prompting. You can write, here are monthly website traffic numbers: 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, 9,000, 15,000. What trends do you notice, and what could explain the dip in month 4? The AI doesn't need the full data set. It can infer logical causes and offer context-aware explanations. For researchers or students, AI can help with data summarization. You might say, summarize the findings of this survey where 60% of respondents prefer remote work, 25% prefer hybrid, and 15% prefer on-site. What does this indicate about workforce preferences? The AI can interpret results and suggest how they might impact policy or strategy. AI can even handle textual or qualitative data, like open-ended responses or interview notes. Try. Analyze these comments from customers and summarize the top 3 recurring complaints. The AI will group similar feedback into themes, something that used to take hours manually. When working with numbers, clarity is everything. Use prompts that specify what kind of analysis you want, like trends, comparisons, correlations, or forecasts. For example, identify whether there's a correlation between marketing spend and customer growth in this dataset. The AI can provide a conceptual interpretation even without running statistical formulas. You can also ask for visual insights even without charts. For example, describe what a bar graph of these values would look like and which categories would stand out the most. This helps you visualize data patterns mentally before creating real graphics. AI can support decision-making by converting data into actionable strategies. Try. Based on this product feedback, suggest 3 improvements that could increase customer satisfaction. The AI doesn't just analyze, it interprets meaning and recommends action. A good practice is to always check context. If you provide too little information, AI might make assumptions. Be specific about your data's source, purpose, and what kind of output you want. For instance, this dataset shows sales performance by region. Summarize the top performing areas and hypothesize why they succeeded. In short, prompt engineering for data interpretation turns you into a data storyteller. By asking clear, structured, and purpose-driven questions, you can transform raw numbers or text into insight. No formulas, no coding required. With the right prompts, AI becomes your intuitive data partner, helping you see meaning where others see numbers.